Are your emails hot or not? That's what we're talking about today. And we know that emails can be a gold mine, or are they your fool's gold? So I'm Diane, and I'm with D Squared Coaching, and this is Selling Made Simple. And Daniela's here as well. And today we are talking about everything to do with emails. Are they hot or are they not? And what constitutes that? How do you know? So we're going to dive in and talk to you about our experience with emails and how you can make sure that they are the gold mine, that it's a way to nurture your clients, that these are your fan club. These are the people who want to follow you. We want to make sure you're getting the most out of your emails. So listen in for some of the things that we're going to talk about today about whether your emails are hot or not.
You know, let's just pull back the curtain. When we're on this online atmosphere, this industry, this playground, as you may call it, we're doing lead magnets, we're running events, you're doing social media, and the whole goal is that you're trying to collect the emails. Why? Because the emails are the gold, right? But they're clearly fool's gold if your emails aren't working for you. And this is what makes them hot. A hot email is one that people actually see in their inbox, and they get to open it and they get to take action. That's a hot email list. But what's not? Diane, what's not a hot email?
So you're doing all the great things. You're spending time doing content. You have the best hooks. You've got your links in there. You may even have a really cool graphic of something that you've done. And you send it out and it goes in spam or junk or promotion, or it just doesn't get delivered. And those are the ones that are not hot, because no matter how good or how much time you've spent on that email, it's not even being seen. It's not even in a place where the recipient, your potential client or your clients or your group, can even see it. And those are the ones that are kind of out there, and you don't necessarily know where they are, but you also don't know if the person even saw them.
But you know what else happens, Diane? Is in that, the moment, like, I can sit there and I can create these cool emails. I have a video, we have a link, we've provided incredible value, and we schedule, whether it's a sequence or an individual email, and we hit the send button, and crickets. Because it's not hot, it's sitting in a promotion or a spam box. But here's what happens to you, the sender. Oh, they don't want my offer. That wasn't valuable. Nobody cares. I knew they wouldn't listen. This is an industry isn't for me. I need to fold up shop. You see, it messes with many of you. And you think your audience doesn't care about your content. You don't have the right hook. You need to rewrite it. You need to this. But that's not necessarily it yet, right? It doesn't mean that can't be part of it, because sometimes what we think is value isn't value to somebody else. But first, there are other things you need to do. Get out of the mindset. Step out of that and say, why? I want you to become an investigator. I want you to become Clouseau and go look to see what happened with your email. So, Diane, do you want to share a little bit about an audit? Like, what can you look at to know what happened to your emails?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to do is don't just assume that it's bad language or bad content, bad hook, whatever. Like, that's one piece of it. So did it get delivered? And in other Selling Made Simples that we've done, these lives, we've talked about numbers. And your numbers can tell you a lot. If you can look at your email analytics, right? And what that means is just how many people opened, how many people clicked, were they delivered? All of that kind of stuff. Because if you sent out, let's even say you have 100 or 500 or 1,000 people on your email list. If nobody opened, okay, maybe something's not getting delivered. So rather than looking only at the piece that is your content, look at a whole bunch of things. Because what if it's a few of those things? What if in the audit piece that you're doing, you're saying, okay, I'm not just going to start with my email and redo the email. I'm going to actually see if anybody clicked on it. Oh, no clicks. Okay. Did anybody open? Oh, like 1% open rate. That's super low. Something must be wrong. So then you can start looking at it. And I mean, this happened to Danielle and I, and we have some great clients who say, you know what? I found some of your emails in my spam, in my promotion. Then we start checking it out. We start seeing what we can do. We go to our providers. We look at the DND, you know, do not disturb list. Like there's a whole bunch of things that you can look at to see, okay, why is this happening? And that's when Danielle says start investigating. Just at least the numbers are going to tell you something. And then from there, start looking into it. It could be your email provider. And after so many times in the spam, or if they haven't engaged, they might put them on a do not disturb list. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do really with that person, but your system, your provider just automatically puts them on that list, and now they're not getting your emails. So you need to look at a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but you need to look at a few different pieces. So start investigating, seeing what the numbers are telling you, and that'll help direct you to where to go and where to start figuring things out.
Mm-hmm. But you know what, Diane? If it's in their spam or it's in their junk or their promotion, depending on what they have, I mean, at least they have it, right? They must be reading it. And I'm going to say to you, wah! And here's the proof in the pudding. Diane and I are completely different. And we have a client of ours that is more like Diane than me. And we have clients that are more like me. What do I mean by that? It means I get so many emails and I get a ton of them in my inbox. And so when it comes to that junk spam promotion folder, all I do is click up top and empty it into the trash and empty my trash. I don't even scan through.
I can't believe that you do that.
I know, right? And Diane, you actually scan through and you'll take the email that went in there accidentally and move it to your inbox so that you get it all the time. I just don't do it. I don't have the time. I don't want to spend the time. And I figure if you're in there, you're in there, right? There's something there. So what if 60% of your email list is just like me? The idea is don't be in that box in the first place. And I can tell you that with our emails, we can be hot and we're roasting marshmallows. And then we can be not and we're fanning the flames. So when we say you need to go investigate, you need to look at the numbers. You need to understand that the email game has changed in 2024. I think all of you know that with the DMARC stuff. But there's something about protecting your reputation and the reputation of the software you're using. If you're using a software, they want your emails to show up in the inbox. So when they're not, some of them have it set that it assigns a do not disturb automatically. So if I sent Diane 3 or 4 emails and she just didn't click on it, maybe it was in her inbox. She's just scrolling. She figured, I'll get back to it later. And then she forgets because it goes way down. Then that email provider marks her as do not disturb. It automatically goes into her junk and her spam and her promotion. Now she's really not seeing it if she's like me. And you don't realize until you inspect the Clouseau, because that's important. Now, let's just say that you did all the inspecting. Everybody's getting their emails. You can see they've opened it and crickets. Okay, now's the time to look at the content that you're sending. What is the subject line? What's inside? Is there too many links? Is there too many videos or is it loaded up and it sees it as spam? Is your header have little dollar signs? Or, if it sees it as spammy, you got to check with your email provider. It'll mark it as spammy. So, or if you're not doing any of those, let's be honest, maybe your content's not. That's when you start playing with the content. That's when you start playing with content. So are emails your gold mine and something to be protected and cherished and used? 1,000,000%. When you see people who are affiliates and they're like ranking in the top 10, it's because they're using their email list. It's considered the warmest people to you.
And I'll just jump in. It's not only the warmest people. With all the social platforms and all the different things out there, you're not in control of any of that stuff. You are somewhat in control of your emails. So your emails are yours. They're your asset. They're a big part of your business. And they're yours to either do what you want, like to nurture them and make offers and provide great information and get engagement. That's your community. Everything else, you're on borrowed time with these other platforms, because we all know they can go down, they can kick you out, they can do all these different things. And some people don't like those other platforms, those social platforms, just for that reason. Emails are yours. So as part of if you're a business owner, entrepreneur, coach, you want to develop and really build your email list, because that's something that's yours and that you have control over. And the more control we have in our business, the more engagement we're going to have, the more we're going to be able to analyze what's working and what's not. To me, emails really are a gold mine, because they are people who have stepped up and said, I want to be closer to you. I want to hear what you have to say. And I'm happy to click the links and, read your stuff and read your blogs or whatever you're sending me. So yeah, emails are super, super important.
It's the direct line right into their ear. Instead of waiting for them to find you in the social media feed that they have, it's a direct line. It's almost like picking up the phone.
Yeah.
If you do it well. The other thing that I know that doesn't work when you're trying to make your emails hot is, don't just send emails when you want something. Don't just send emails when you have your new hot offer or your next event.
Yeah.
In between, give them value. In between, give them value, because if you waited 4 months, 3 months, you can turn that email list that was once hot to not, right? So emails, people buy email lists for a really good reason. There's value in them, but you've got to make sure they're showing up in the right place. That's the first thing. If somebody's giving you a false email and you can't verify it, get rid of it. Knock them out. Just take it out of your thing. Stop trying to send something to something that doesn't work, because it ruins your reputation. That's how you end up in the spam box. Be Inspector Clouseau. Then if all of that is check, then check your heading, then check your emails and ask yourself, would you open that? Is that really of value to the people who follow you? So emails, hot or not, go find out what yours are.
Yeah.
Go find out what yours are. Diane, how would you like to wrap this up before we ask them what they can do next with us?
Yeah, I think that, the big thing for me is emails aren't just what you're writing and sending out. The information that's coming back for you is super valuable. So just like you're speaking to your community and your email list, they're also speaking to you by what they like, by clicking, by the open rates, by if they're unsubscribing, all of that kind of stuff. That's really, really valuable information for you. So instead of just putting things out and waiting for somebody to call you or get on a Zoom or do something, look at that so that you can really make the tweaks that you need to do, so that it really, truly is an email list that is your gold mine.
I love writing emails, right? So I like to have fun. Some of them are straightforward. Some of them are slapstick. I've had giraffes on roller skates on ice. Just be you and connect. So here is what we invite you, if you enjoy these mini shows where we're giving you real information that are really important right now for you to be able to make selling simple, then come follow us on LinkedIn. And our LinkedIn is D Squared Coaching. And in the chat, you will also have the direct link. But if you just went to LinkedIn and search D Squared Coaching, I think you'd see us. So we are omnipresent right now. So, we're funneling out to YouTube and in all different places. We're here every Thursday at 1:00. So we thank you for your time and we wish you an amazing rest of your week. And if you're in the States, a great holiday week coming up.
And Canada Day too.
And Canada, I always forget about Canada. Canada has like 15. If you've never been to Canada, when I was an executive and I was doing payroll, they have like 15 different holidays that are different from the States that they all get double time on. I'm like, what?
You have to.
You guys celebrate.
You have to be able to go and enjoy everything. So yeah, you have to have days to do that. Yeah,
so go have fun this weekend. Yeah, go have fun no matter where you live. And double check. Is your email what, Diane?
Hot or not?